The silent weapon for quiet wars is exactly what psychiatry is. The silent weapon is the prescribed poisons in pill form, which are banned under the Chemical Convention Warfare Protocols. Under Schedule 1. The DSM manuals 1 through 5 are brainwashing modules. What used to be 4 disorders are now up to 374 mental disorders. The poisons. All psychiatric drugs that are laced with a fluoride ion. Fluoride ion is in Colgate toothpaste. What does it say? Do not swallow. Contact Poison Control Center immediately should you swallow it. And it should not matter if it's 6 years and younger. It should be any age, period. Go on to public chemical government documents in regards to all the psychiatric drugs and just go through the GHS hazard site. What does it say? Use protective gear and clothing should you come in contact with any of these chemicals. And also, if you swallow them, they're 100% hazardous. The Quiet War. The one where you don't hear screams at night and you don't hear gunfire. But now everybody on this planet has a mental disorder. Is that what the criminal catastrophe is telling the people out here that believe it? Covert torture program has 6 to 7 layers in it, compartmentalized. This has killed over 500,000 people per year, as stated as per Dr. Peter Gauthier. Silent weapons for quiet wars, social engineering by brainwashing modules. Let's name them, shall we? A. The TV. B. Media. Particularly the mainstream media, because it's ran by the Democratic Party, who is complicit and complacent with communist Marxist ideologies, who is therefore training your brain and molding your brain into the way they want you to think. They want you to think that transgender is cool and that pedophilia and transgenderism on the young is cool. Violence and chaos. Going back to the silent weapon for quiet wars regarding the psychiatric hoax, cleverly disguised as therapy, in an unlawful chemical and biological warfare experiment, whereas the psychiatric drugs, otherwise known as psychosomatic and psychosomatic agents, curing 0. Death toll 500,000 people. That is A. A genocide. B. Covert torture. C. False Claims Act. Genocide, which is actively at stage 10 right now, per Dr. Gregory Stanton from genocidewatch.org. And gosh, it's something that we're in a stage 10 genocide, active denial, and property rights are being taken away, and people are being illegally evicted off their property as we speak. That's a physical, outright start of a genocide. This is non sugar coated, not made up, not drama, reality. Animal abuse is on the rise. Domestic violence is on the rise. False information, false statements rendered on government documents, perjury in a judicial hearing, psychiatric hoaxes, torture programs, slavery, human trafficking, exploitation. What more could you ask for on this planet? And a paper scavenger hunt on a continuous hamster wheel for profit. Another silent weapon for quiet war. Conditioning people into thinking this paper scavenger hunt on a hamster wheel is moral and ethical, thereby creating all this poverty violence, chemical violence, torture violence silently, and somehow that's moral and ethical. Okay, get back to us on that in about 5 or 10 years when your towns even look like more hell, abandoned, run down, people living on the streets, in dumps, because the 70% poverty violence is on the rise. Oh, along with that, the prison industrial complex at 700%, because they're telling us that's what they're going to do to us. It's time to turn off the TV, get with the fucking program. You're at war. And I've already proven it. Continuing, that's millions of medical records that are falsified with medical fraud, overbilling, theft, insurance fraud, False Claims Act, and domestic medical terrorism in the silent weapons for quiet wars. Wondering when people are going to get really uncomfortable, because I don't think they're still comfortable. Well, I guess when they get legally evicted off their property and become homeless out of nowhere, and it doesn't matter how much money you have, uh, get back to us in about 2 years when it becomes a big problem because some people don't have any balls to stand up or a backbone. Out.